There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another random DOS game show, and we're going way back in time again to 1983. And this is 101 Monochrome Mazes, written by John Vaughan for IBM Corporation. And IBM stands for International Business Machines. They're the company that's responsible for the PC in the first place. And the PC was a fairly new device at this point, so let's press spacebar to continue. My goodness! The screen! It's filling up with 100 monochrome mazes. 101. How many players for this session? So you have an option of, sharing your keyboard with up to 8 people, but we're just going solo. Type a marker speed from 1 to 9. 1. Do you want to count points, time runs, or keep no score? Well, it would be embarrassing if we kept a score, so let's go with 3. Do you want full sound effects? Of course we do. What maze do you want to run? So we have the option to immediately jump into any maze that we please. Very simple, very effective. Let's go number 1. Hold tight, you're being transported. Okay, we're in a maze. And now we have to get to the exit of this maze. And we do so using the arrow keys or the numpad. But the problem is, our protagonist keeps moving. So we have to guide this constantly in motion dot of an individual across this maze. And you can have sort of little resting points where they bounce between the walls. I don't think we want to hit any of the black. Well, that makes it a little more tricky than if it was a stationary object. And the number 5 doesn't do anything, so there we go. So presumably the mazes get harder as we go along, but for level 1 this isn't exactly simple. And that's because back in 1983 they had greater expectations of individuals than they do now. They expected you to be intelligent if you were able to access an IBM personal computer in 1983. Okay, and down. There we go. We're getting the hang of it now, and all the presumably black spots of death have been blocked off. We just need to cross the bridge, and then we'll be okay. I mean, we already have, but you know what I mean. I'm getting the hang of it now. He's constantly in motion, this little man. And there we go! Triumphant PC speaker music. Brilliant! We've succeeded in the maze. And it's allowing us to return to the same maze. But if we hit escape, we can change the options, we can stop playing altogether, or we can go to maze number 2. And we are transported to maze number 2, which is suspiciously like maze number 1. Let's run it. Oh look, a dead end. So it's slightly different, but it's deceptively different. There's so much similarity between the first 2. This is an issue, because you're trying to navigate it like you did with the previous maze, but it's not the previous maze. There are little things here and there to throw you off. There is a fella who subscribed to me. I believe he's called Played It Up with Stormkeeper, and he keeps track of games that we'll play on a very specific little device. And I believe we've found one here for you. Look at this. An early IBM game. Surely it would run on your device. Not often I call out people from a comment section or subscribers, but there we go. Just reminded me of them, Victory! So, we now have to go to the one that everyone's wondering about. Let's see how hard maze number 101 is. Okay, here we go. Oh, man. So it's similar, but different. And you can see with the black spots, presumably they're pits. I may be wrong about that. We're going to die shortly anyway to make that determination. Let's see. Okay. So, oh, interesting. There was an invisible wall there. So there's additional traps. There we go. Now we know. Oh, nasty. So, is the pit at the bottom? Yes. Oh. Wow, that is really tough. That is very tough. See the way you can't go back now? Because a pit has actually opened up. Okay. Oh, this is difficult. Yeah. I don't see a way out of that initial sort of run. I think you have to do the old Wolfenstein 3D method, which would be to wall hump, which means you bash your character against the wall, hoping that one of them is the secret wall that will let you through. I'll not do that. I'll just leave it here for now. But yeah, that's 101 Monochrome Mazes, I believe it was called, from the IBM Corporation. What is it? It's an early maze game. A nice little puzzle game with minimalistic, ASCII monochromatic graphics. And it's very entertaining for what it is. But, you know, for me, I'm not a big fan of maze running, so I'll give it a miss. If you're into maze running and you like a very minimalistic style, here's one that'll tease the old grey matter. And if you like me talking about DOS games, I do it all the time. Feel free to take a look at the hundreds of other videos. And if you like what you see there, you can always subscribe. And if you can guide your way through Maze 101 of the Monochromatic Maze collection from IBM, you're one of my galaxy-brained patrons or members. Tremendous individuals who can get out of any puzzling fix. A secret cabal who would never lose their sense of direction. Wonderful folk. So yeah, this was a case of an early game which did exactly what it says on the tin. It's just whether you enjoy that kind of style or not. I find it quite quaint and charming and entertaining. Maybe you will too. Until next time.